record it here. So we're recording now. Just want to say first, congrats, Coach. My only question for you is how to be a three-peat champion?
Yeah, it's incredible, absolutely incredible what this group has done. And when you look at the start, the rough start to the season, and how the team responded, it's it's a great feeling, and I'm super proud of this group. This group has just shown such resilience to put in the work to get to this point right here where we get to host the playoffs, and we're regular season champions.
Coach, you mentioned that rough start, confidence, just not there for your team early on. Talk about that turnaround and how that confidence began to build win after win.
Yeah, it was, it obviously was a long time since we had played, and there were new players in the team, and the combination of some of those things meant that we weren't at our best right from the beginning. And I think when you don't play for a while, you forget how difficult it is to win college soccer games, and how competitive they are. But every week when you look at the players and how hard they worked, and every week training got better, and there was a lot of work done by the staff, Paul, Jamie, and Alex, to make sure that everyday training was at the top level. Chris did an amazing job. Chris Knopka did an amazing job with our goalkeeping group, and you just saw every week we made strides. And of course, early on there were big strides that were made every week, because there was a lot of things that needed to be improved. But then that led to some wins, and some wins led to confidence, and and now we have this much better understanding of how this group can, how basically how cohesive this group became. They understand how to play with each other, and it's led to better and better performances.
This tonight, in a lot of ways, was kind of symbolic of the season, right? I mean, you're delayed. You don't know when you're going to play. It's a lengthy delay. I mean, you have to face some adversity, but you overcome it. Just take me through this whole night with the delay. Did you think you would be able to play? And how did you keep your team kind of ready to go after such a lengthy delay due to the weather?
Yeah, it was difficult. You kind of get mentally prepared for that moment that you kick off, and luckily we saw what was going on with the weather, and we didn't warm up too early. We delayed our team talk, and we just kind of let them do their thing. We had a nice space where the guys could just kind of hang out and be together. So, but we kept looking at the radar, and it looked promising. We thought we were going to kick off at 7:30, and then that became 8:30, and then it became 8:45, and then I'm not even sure when we actually kicked off. I think it was 9:30. But yeah, it just kept going later and later, and the guys, they did a really good job keeping their focus and concentration, but because that's a really difficult situation to be in.
And talk about Gino tonight, opening goal and 2 on the night.
Yeah, I mean, Gino was very good, and in a lot of different phases of the game too. Obviously he's really productive around goal. He's a very dynamic player, and so the amount of work and running that he does, he's aggressive, he's confident, he takes players on, he runs in behind them. He's really mobile and quick, and today was a big game, and it had a lot of implications. There was a lot on the line in this game, and that's when I think big players step up. And those are the guys that show up in those big games and produce big performances. And Gino did that.
I'm not going to ask you to compare this championship to the other two because they're all special in their own way.
Yeah.
But this is so unique. The way you started the season, such a cramped season, injuries, roster, adjustments, if you will, during the season. To pull this off, I know you believe, but just the remarkable turnaround is this is something you're going to remember with this group for a long time, isn't it?
I mean, I think you've articulated that really well. Like, it's such a unique situation with COVID, what was going on with different players within our team, Louis, going pro, all of the circumstances, all of the adversity that we have dealt with, that is very uncommon during a normal season. In a normal season, you may have an injury here or there that you have to you have to deal with. But it's an incredible achievement for these guys, and I'm so proud of when you watch that first game back, and then you watch some of our best performances, towards the end of this regular season. Like, the progress they've made is incredible, and the thing is, there's still more that can happen. We can still get better, and I think we want our season to continue again. So we did the first part, which was, we won the regular season championship. We now get to host, and we get to fight and play to continue our season again. So I think, when you look at the celebrations, you can tell, all right, well, we're happy, we're excited. It's important, but we also know there's more.
Yeah, and just following up on that theme, though, a three-peat, we saw it from Coach Dagenet in volleyball just a week or so ago. It's very, very difficult to do, plus all the adversity of a COVID-impacted season.
Yeah. No, it's incredible what this group has done, and you're right, to do it in 3 consecutive seasons is it's so hard to do, because the reality is that these other programs that we're competing against they're full of good players. They have very good coaches. They're well supported by their universities and administrations, and so they're operating at a really high level, and we have been able to now in the past 3 years to be at the top of that, and that's it's a big achievement, and it's something we want to keep going. We want to build on this.
You get to host again the conference tournament. SMU, Tulsa, Temple, which is playing really good, got in here in the end here. A dramatic finish to the season for them. So this is not going to be easy, but is the experiences from the past hosting the conference tournament, does that help you at all, hosting here with this turnaround?
I think so. I think it's just so nice to sleep in your own bed, to be on your own fields. I mean, there's no place I'd rather be than playing in front of our fans and on our field, which is in great shape right now. So I think it's a big advantage for us. I think the guys are really excited about that, and I think the big thing is now we just go back to our process, which has been the same process from week 1 to now, which is, okay, we have to do a really good job recovering, doing everything we can to get healthy, doing everything we can to get back to full strength. And then we focus on the things that we need to do better from this last game. We look at who our opponent is going to be and prepare for them, and then come ready to play.
Of course, it helps to have Yannick in goal. Talk about his performance tonight, clean sheet. He was challenged, though, by Memphis.
Yeah, Jan's been incredible. And, I think when you look at the success of the team, especially, the last 4 or 5 games, you see we're not conceding very many goals. And we're conceding less and less chances. But when we do concede chances, Yannick has come up with big saves. And, tonight he had a lot of work to do. A lot of it was stuff in and around his body that he had to be really clean with. But, he did it. He did an excellent job. And, he helps us so much in the build as well. When you see how he can step out of his goal and he connects with the center backs and the outside backs, and that means we get to keep the ball and we get to progress the ball, and that's just as good, if not better, than being solid defensively when you're out of possession. Because if you have the ball, that's part of defending, where you are not going to be scored on if you're in possession. So Yannick helps us on that side as well. And he's a big part of the way we play. And then he's always there for a big save. And he's just so reliable. You know he's going to take care of everything he should take care of, and there's a big save in him.
Yeah, you mentioned only 2 goals allowed during this win streak. That was also marked the return of Jannis Learman, and that can't be a coincidence, is it?
No, Jannis has been excellent. And a lot of the same things apply with regard to Yannick and Jannis. Jannis helps us build from the back, and it's like having a central midfielder play as a center back with the things that he's capable of doing. But then he also is such a good defender, and he's athletic, he's strong, he reads the game really well. He's very good 1v1. He's good in the air. He's a big presence at the back, and he's very confident, and he's playing well. He's playing very well right now, and so he's a huge part of that without question.
So, what are the keys to victory in this tournament at home? You've been used to playing a game a week, and now to win, you'd have to play 2 in just a couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw tonight that we have some depth as well. Franco came on, Josiah Ramirez came on, had a great assist, set up another very good chance. Beto played a large part in today's match. So I think we have depth that we can rely on. I think we have players that are capable of, I think our fitness levels are high right now. So they're going to have to be. We're going to have to work incredibly hard to be able to go and play 2 successive games at that level. So I think the key is, can we recover? Can we get as healthy as possible? And I think being at home does help us with that we're not forced to travel, because that takes some energy out of you. So just continuing with our process and again, replicating our performance, and the level of concentration, focus, how we train is so important. And when we train really well, we generally play really well that week.
I'll end with this. There's satisfaction in this, but you're not satisfied, are you? There's still goals and more to accomplish on this season.
Absolutely. I think it's a big achievement. I'm so proud of this group. We're all excited we're regular season champions, and we came from way behind to be able to get out in front. And so that right there is really satisfying, but knowing that there's more out there for us, that there's there's a playoff championship. We've got one in the bag now, but there's a playoff championship, and then there's the NCAA tournament, which we absolutely want to be a part of. And so I think the team is kind of feels the same as I think the staff does, which is this is great and we're going to enjoy it and we will celebrate it because it's really difficult. But we're not going to over celebrate it because we have work to do.